as hell outside. It sounds like it's storming, but it's just windy. Pretty crazy, pretty crazy. How's everybody doing? Hopefully quite well. Just getting everything set up. It's a weird week. We only have 12 technical games to go over because, 13th was played on obviously Thursday night. Hey, we actually got notifications too tonight. What a win. Woo. Big support from the old YouTube. Woo. I gotta do something real quick. Already I forgot. You'll be back later? All right, for sure, Janelle. I appreciate it. You left a like and everything. I appreciate that. Helps us out quite a bit here. Kind of letting people come in. You know how this Saturday thing, we probably get started about 10-15 minutes in. Right now, it's just kind of a pre-thing where we kind of hang out and discuss random things and small mishaps and yada yada. All pretty standard. All right, let me make sure everything's good. Yep. All right. Damn, we can almost fit all the games on no scroll down. That's pretty good. We can fit every single game tomorrow without me having to move the screen, which is pretty great. That's how you know that there isn't that many games. It's crazy, though, that when you look at how many teams are playing and kind of like quick glance at the records, outside of the Lions, Raiders, Jags, yeah, those are like the only teams that really throw it off. Panthers and like the really good teams. It's so consistent. Like it just feels like there's a lot of 4s and 3s and 5s and 4s and 3s. It's like this super, super weird consistency going on in there. Quite interesting to see. Quite interesting to see. Oh, looks like we're down to one. No one's watching tonight. Or is YouTube doing one of those things where it's like the more people that show up, they're just going to take viewers away? They're like, we're not tonight. Who knows? No one said anything. There could be no one here. All right, so that's what I figured as much. Yeah, it says there's 0 viewers and 9 likes. That seems like a really weird disparity. I don't think that's a correct view total. Well, that's all right. Should be an interesting slate of games, right? Doesn't seem to be any crazy mismatches. I mean, I guess you got the Bills and the Jets. What else do you got? Vikings and Commanders feels like a pretty mismatched game, one that doesn't have any kind of equal footing to it. Packers Lions looks a little weird. Bengals and Panthers feels like a mismatch, but with the way the Bengals have been kind of playing lately, it doesn't, kind of have that. See what I mean? There's only one person watching. I don't think that's correct, but I think it might be. The stud, you might be the only one here watching tonight. Oh, now it's up to 3, so I have no idea what we're up to. So that's cool, at least. It's going to be one of these streams from the old YouTube. Where it's like, yeah, you kind of got to guess how many people are watching. Oh, all right. Am I allowed to know the number? Mm-mm. Why not? Secret. We're just going to put it at a very low number. What if there's like double digits watching? Not our problem. This stream can't look good. Okay. I don't know what I did. It's a secret. Oh, well. What is... I don't think Taylor Heineke's a good quarterback, so that doesn't mean anything to me. What's up, Jacob? Not against like a real team. Like, that doesn't mean anything. Yeah, there's the Titans and Chiefs. Patriots and Colts is always good. Seahawks and Cardinals will probably be good. Rams and Bucks will probably be good. Chargers and Falcons, low-key, might be pretty good. Yeah, there's like a shitload of actually pretty solid football games tomorrow, believe it or not. In my opinion. Mike, I know you're a Taylor Heineke guy. But I don't know. I don't think he's that good. I haven't. I'm like, he's the best they got right now. Watching with no, yeah, oh yeah, because your team's not playing. Fair enough. But I mean, if they do win though, that would be quite something. They'd probably just have to keep, like, eventually, if he wins again, at some point does the Washington have to go? Is he the guy? Because it's like, I mean, you can only deny that your quarterback is who it is, like, is who it is for, like, only for so long. Before it's like, I mean, every time he comes in, you guys start winning games. Yeah, but we don't think he's the starter. Yeah, that would be quite the crazy win for the Panthers. Give it like 2-3 more minutes, and then we'll get started on the games here. As per usual, we like to wait till about 10 minutes into the stream. If you haven't left a like, consider doing so. It'll help the stream out. Plus, it'll, you know, I don't have a fun reason for you to press like on this one. It's just probably would help the stream out tonight because YouTube's been behaving kind of weird already. Oh, shit. I just, like, punched the shit out of my mic. Sorry about that. That was weird. I'm glad it didn't lose connection, though. What, you guys excited for any games this week? Obviously, if your team's playing. I'm quite excited for the Patriots and the Colts. No Sam Ellinger, no Jonathan Taylor. Should be pretty good for the Patriots. But I don't know. You never know. Indy's got that really good defense, and they play the Patriots particularly aggressive, so. Wonder if no Matt Eberflus affects the Colts, though. We'll see. Rams, Bucks. Yeah, there's a bunch of good ones. Both those teams desperately need to win that game to keep their season alive and kind of like keep relevant. I guess not necessarily though. The Rams a little bit more. The Bucks, just because of the division that the Bucks are in, they have like this weird wiggle room where it's like, yeah, they could probably lose like 6 games and still win the division. So, I mean, they're still kind of sailing along. You kind of got to look at like losses at a per division, like per situation basis. Like, yeah, if you were playing in like the NFC East and you had 5 losses right now, it would probably not be the greatest like indication of what your future may hold. It's like, damn, I think we're out this division already. Our best hope is somehow a wild card. He might. I don't know if they drew up any kind of like simple little things for him. Ellinger can run. Yeah, maybe. I know nothing about Ellinger. I just know that he didn't look that great in his first game. So. Give it a little bit longer, see if any more people want to pop in. It's down to like, well, I don't know. I'm not really trusting how many people that says that are watching. Because it's been all over the place. It was like down to 1 person, then it's all the way up to 8. Now it's down to 5. I have no idea what's going on. And all it's been is more and more and more people showing up. So I have no idea what's happening. What's up, Shlomo? You had a lot of wind or a lot of rain and like 40 miles. Yeah, we're getting a lot of wind right now. It's very, very windy where I'm at. It's quite it's quite loud too. It's like woof. Wondering if it's I don't think it's at all audible, but sure it's fucking some tree. It's sure ripping trees around. Pretty crazy. Damn, all the way down to 3 people now. That was everybody. Usually there's far more people at these streams. I wonder if notifications just weren't pushed out for whatever reason. It's just a dead ass stream. Well, we'll give it a little bit longer and see if anyone wants to pop in. If not, we'll just get started on what's here. Yeah. Good conversation. I'm glad everyone's throwing things right back at me. It's a good back and forth. Sounds like I'll be able to get through the games in like 15 minutes here. If that's the case, I'll just be like, go watch the Pigs video. Right now, I don't know what the point of streaming is. Where the hell is everyone? Why isn't anyone saying anything? This is a pretty boring stream. This isn't supposed to be just me doing a second Pigs video, usually anyway. Hopefully people come in and start talking. If not, it's just going to be a second Pigs video. With like a little bit more explanation. Nope, down to 2 people. All right. Oh, he's dead. Nothing? Why? I don't think anything. He's fine. Should be fine. But did something happen? I don't know. I don't think so. Didn't hear anything. I don't really follow the Colts though, so he might have got hurt at practice or something, and they got to go back to Matt Ryan. I don't know. Did something happen? What's up, Donnie? See what I mean? This doesn't make any sense. No, I didn't say that. I don't know what you thought you heard. Yeah, I know. I said Jonathan Taylor won't be playing. But yeah, maybe I don't know how you'd even mix them names up, but I guess they sound pretty close. Yeah, I'm not being serious. Holy shit. He's not. He's not playing. Sam Ellinger is. I don't know where anybody's getting that I don't think Sam Ellinger's playing. Where is this coming from? Did I say something that I didn't say? Mike, did I like Yeah, I don't know where the fuck like where this is suddenly like I don't no, Matt Ryan isn't going to play. It's going to be Sam Ellinger. I don't think he has any injuries. He should be playing unless they got another new quarterback. I don't know. Again, I don't follow the Colts. So all I know is they don't have Jonathan Taylor because that was pretty big news yesterday. Yeah, I don't even think I talked about Sam Ellinger yet today. That's what the craziest thing. That's what the craziest thing is. I don't even know if I had mentioned him. I might have said he's not that good. I don't. We might have mentioned him like briefly that he's, he didn't play that good against whoever they played last week. I guess I could see it. Maybe you just kind of weren't listening to like it's too closely. Just like it was just like half paying attention deal. Yeah, we're at 11 likes, so that's doing pretty good. All right. Let me see. I don't know where the hell everyone's at. I don't think any noties got pushed out on this stream, to be honest. It says there's 4 people here, but I genuinely have no idea if that's the actual number or not, and nobody's really saying anything to kind of disconfirm it or confirm it. So I'm just guessing there's just like nobody here right now. But then again, half my audience just never says anything because, I mean, they don't seem to understand when they need to say something. But that's quite all right. It gives me a pretty good indication of the people I'm dealing with. You're fine, Donnie. I understand. Like, I know you're here. That's the thing. Like, I just don't know what my actual viewer count is right now. Because it says 3, and I have a feeling that there's far more than 3 people listening to this right now. I would be willing to wager Mike is listening. I'm here, so the number 3 just seems like a wildly incorrect number. And I don't know when to start talking about the games because I don't know if there's anyone here or not. I don't want to have 7 people come in all at once and be like, all right, we're ready to go with the Chargers and the Falcons. It's like, oh, that would be a fucking nuisance. You know what I mean? It's like, great, I'm gonna have to repeat 99% of these fucking games tonight. So just because I have no idea where what the actual VC is. Yeah, it's just like sometimes this does this, and I don't know why. At least once, maybe twice a week, where it'll just be like, you got 1 person watching, and there'll be 8 people in the chat chatting, and it's like, I feel like, and then I'll look, and it's like, yeah, no, it just says 1 person. It's very confusing. I feel like that's a very weird thing it does to me every so often. Like, yeah, your actual view count is a secret. So, but it might actually just be you guys here. No one else is saying anything at this point, so. Guess people are too busy to tune in. See, now it just shot up to 7. See what I mean? Like, it's fucking stupid. I'm glad I didn't start talking about the games because this is exactly what I'm talking about. I have no idea if it's not actually 7 or if it's always been 7. Do you know how confusing this is for me? Because, all right, let's just start talking about the games so everybody will just jump in. We're at game number 1, Falcons and Chargers at Falcons. All right, this will be a pretty solid game out of nowhere. 4-4 Falcons in first place versus the second place 4-3 Chargers. Well, we just got to jump in, feet first. Anyway, the Chargers are 3-point favorites with an over-under of 49.5, so that's something to think about, keep in mind when you're kind of looking and thinking about this game. You're probably looking at what will be a pretty offensive game of football. The Chargers, of course, their defense has been incredibly underwhelming. I think specifically they're pretty bad against the run and pass, so it's just kind of like, well, they're bad against everything. So there's not really too much to be like, all right, this seems pretty promising. Especially now that they're down JC Jackson. I mean, I guess they're coming off a bye week, but does that really mean anything? Yeah, it's like it should be entertaining. That's the best thing about this game is like, unless the Falcons just drop the soap and the Chargers defense finally starts living up to how much talent is on there, every bit of this makes up for, like, again, if you don't think the Chargers are going to be able to put up points on the Falcons, I mean, how good did PJ Walker look against that Falcons secondary? And then you have to think and stop and ask yourself, if PJ Walker looked that good against that secondary, what is Justin Herbert going to look like against that secondary? What are these Chargers receivers going to look like against that secondary? That's like, I see a lot of people thinking the Chargers are like this weird, or like the Falcons are like this super safe upset pick this weekend. And it's like, you guys do know that like they lost that game twice against the Panthers, right? If the Panthers didn't choke because they have Eddie Pinheiro as their kicker, who is, one of the worst clutch kickers ever. Yeah, I personally don't understand the upset here. It's like, guys, they almost choked that game away twice. They got lucky is what happened against the Panthers. Like, I get it. Atlanta's played good and people want to give them their kudos. But like, I feel like they're up against an offense that they actually have no ability to stop. But again, the Chargers, on the other hand, probably won't be able to stop much of this offense unless they're like sneaky good against the run. That's something you also got to keep in mind. But I don't think the Chargers are I think one of the reasons they have bad defense is because they can't really stop the run. I think one of the few things they could actually do is like kind of break up passes and stuff. But the run, I don't know. Their defense just gives up a lot of points and a lot of yards so far. So it's just kind of been kind of bad all around, kind of underwhelming all around. I don't know. So you know how I can tell? It's just been weird. It seems like I've seen more people pick the Falcons this week than I have seen people. You know what? We forgot to pull up one site. This is a game I want to look at on the NFL Pick Watch. Okay, yeah. So the experts got. Let's see what the experts got. We got a lot of people go. Oh, see, the number one guy picking has the Falcons. See what I mean? There's a lot of people that feel like the Falcons are like this super weird safe pick this week, but most of the top people have the Chargers this time around. So yeah, that's probably your safest pick this week. Defensively, like maybe there's this like weird chance, but again, if we've seen PJ Walker and like every quarterback that they've played do well against the Falcons, except like literally no one's had a bad game against them, I don't think. Like we all thought maybe Jared Goff had turned his career around after he played the Falcons. Like, damn, maybe Jared Goff is back. Oh, never mind. It was just that secondary's not good. All right, I think that's more than enough time on this first game. I think everybody's kind of on the same vibe here. I don't really see anyone picking the old Falcons. Seems like a safe time to bump up over down to game 2. Surprisingly, in this next game, there is a lot of people picking the. I've seen a lot of picks in the Bears. And that, to me, feels like a crazy upset pick. You have the 5-3 Dolphins taking on the 3-5 Bears. Let's go look at some lines and whatnot. I think the lines feel more correct, though. See, even Miami's only favored by 4.5. The over-under is 45.5, so some points are predicted. Experts are looking at this one at a 93-7 clip. See, this feels more right. I'm glad the experts aren't really buying into whatever the hell the Bears have done the last couple weeks. Again, they looked really good against the Patriots, who can't do anything against running quarterbacks. But they're also 5-0 against the against teams with Tua Tagovailoa in the starting lineup. So, yeah, I mean, especially since you can defensive players are so much easier to add in than offensive players, especially guys who are just kind of dedicated pass rushers. We'll just line him up and let him go. What's up, Dre? I appreciate the like, man. Appreciate everyone that's left a like so far. It's helped the stream out, especially through that weird opening where it was like you have one person watching, then it jumped up to like 8, and then it's been at here about this number ever since. So, see what I mean? YouTube's like the weirdest thing sometimes. But anyway, back to the Bears and the Dolphins. I don't think the Dolphins are going to struggle with the running quarterback. They kind of probably have an idea of how to play them. I don't know. Miami's defense is pretty solid, even though they kind of got pieced up on by Detroit. But again, Miami's passing defense isn't actually the greatest. Neither is their like getting pressure on quarterbacks, which is why they went and got Chubb from Denver for that first round pick. That was a very expensive pick, but it was a major area of desperation need. For some reason, the Dolphins had been like, they only have 15 sacks this year, which feels really weird, doesn't it? It seems like, it's like, didn't they get that like a game last year, the last couple years under Flores? What the fuck happened? But then again, it's like, yeah, Flores is a great defensive coordinator, just not a really good head coach. But yeah, he's a definite major area of need, especially now that your head coach isn't like some super fucking defensive wizard. No offense to your current defensive coaching, but Flores clears everyone there by like a country mile. That dude's like, his defensive ideology is great for football, but he's a weird guy. Very temperamental, very Patriots coordinator mindset. Again, defensive genius, but fucking weird. Just, you know how Patriots coordinators are. They're terrible head coaches. But good at their specific coordinator jobs. Even Matt Patricia is like weirdly a good offensive coordinator for the Patriots. He hasn't been the worst thing. Like, if you can make the statement, there's a lot worse you could have than Matt Patricia. That's crazy to think about. A little bit better quarterback play, and the Patriots are fucking a really good football team this year. 2 wins better easily. Oh, dude, any NFL coach is a weird guy. There isn't one single head coach that's like, oh, that's a normal guy. Like, Sean McVay is about as close, or Cliff Kingsbury and Sean McVay are about as close as it gets to normal looking dudes. But I bet you even if you talk to them, they're fucking weird, dude. They probably like, there's like some weird autistic devotion to football and stuff. It's like, oh, no, okay, you're not normal. And you know who probably is actually the most normal is like Dan Campbell, and everyone's like, this guy's a fucking idiot. Why is he coaching a team? It's like, yeah, we don't want normal dudes coaching teams. Nick Sirianni's actually kind of seems like, well, he's just a football junkie. There's a couple actual guys that just seem a little bit more normal than your average coach. Most coaches are fucking whacked out. Have these weird ass personality traits. Either way, like the Dolphins head coach, for example, he just kind of seems whacked out on whatever drugs are available. What's up, Daniel? Dolphins, Jets, Bills, Patriots. That whole division's good. It's the second best in football, technically. Not a single team under 500 like the NFC East. Very good. But anyway, yeah, so I don't really think anyone's really picking the Bears in anything serious. I've seen a couple upset picks for the Bears, which is mainly just, I think, people showing love to Justin Fields, which is appropriate. That guy's a good quarterback. Clearly kind of showing right now he might be the number one guy from that class, with Mac as the second, or Mac as the first, Justin as the second, and then Fields and Lawrence can kind of battle it out for whoever you want as third and fourth. But right now, it does seem like Mac and Fields are starting to kind of pull away with the 2021 class. Fields, I wonder how he looks with a little bit more. The Rams suck. Yeah, it's not been great. Offensive line has been real bad for the Rams. All right, Panthers at Bengals. We'll kind of move on to the next game. Just keep things flowing here. The Panthers and the Bengals should be a football game anyway. This felt like a game like a month, 2 months ago that would be way more exciting before the season started. The Bengals are favored by 7 with an over-under of 42.5. A Patriot Santa hat. That's pretty cool, Donnie. Hell yeah. Let's see. Bengals are favored by 97% of experts with only 3% picking the Bengals or the Panthers. It's a bold pick. Or no, that's not a bold pick. You said the Bengals. I thought you said Panthers. I was about to be like, damn. You're like... And by the way, I've not seen anyone yet pick the Panthers. Seems like most people are kind of like, yeah, the Panthers, the real question in this game is if the Panthers can cover that 7. Probably. But the Bengals should win this. If they don't, then we have to kind of like reevaluate what the Panthers are. And what if PJ Walker comes out and has like another monster game? He goes like 47 for 50 for 507 touchdowns. He's like, yeah, I do this shit. I'd be like, damn. Would that be embarrassing on the Bengals or just a wow moment from PJ Walker? Which is, I don't think it could be both. I think it's one or the other. It's like, damn, the Bengals really fell off. Or is that like it's the PJ Walker era now? Or is that just kind of like a fluke game? I guess there's the third option. It was just a weird fluke game. Embarrassing for the Bengals? Yeah. Yeah, and no, it's not even like it's like they're not even playing bad. Just PJ Walker's like putting like these immaculate throws right behind like bangers. Like the Bengals defenders are like going up to swat the ball, and it's just like combing right over their fingers every time, and like one-handed, like, just these like immaculate throws and stuff where it's just like he's throwing into triple coverage, and it's just like right where all the defenders can't get it. I'd be like, what the fuck is this? And then the Panthers lose the rest of their games that year. They get to 3-6, and then they just go 3-14. Yeah, I'm not too sold on the Bengals this year. That offensive line is garbage, and if they don't have Jamar Chase on by Christmas Eve, we could win that game easily. But the problem is I think he should be back by December, so I don't know. What's up, Ape? It kind of complicates things. Jamar Chase, I don't know how we're going to handle that. That fucking dude is scary. Sooners lost? Yeah, he might win the sack title for the year against the Bengals. That literally might be the game that we walk away with finally having somebody lead the league in sacks. It's going to be pretty cool. As long as he doesn't get hurt or anything, I think we got that one wrapped up because we play the Bengals. And the Jets again before they get Vera Tucker back, so. Anyway, Panthers and Bengals. I don't really know if anyone has anything too crazy to add. I don't think Darnold or Baker have taken the starting job, so it should still be PJ Walker. But I genuinely don't really think that matters too much for this game. The Bengals lose again, though. I don't know. Maybe maybe the Bengals were just kind of like a flash in the pan team that like all the other AFC North teams joked about. They were like, nah, the Bengals aren't real. That was just a weird year. I considered it just being haters, but, maybe AFC North knows the AFC North a little better than we thought. I don't know. Anyway, let's move on here to the game of the weekend. A lot of anticipation in this game. It's the Packers taking on the Lions. The 3-5 Packers play the 1 I can't read the record. It looks far. 1-6. Holy shit. Let's go see what the Packers are favored by. Packers are favored by 3.5 with an over-under of 49.5. So they're anticipating quite a bit of points in this one. Most people going with the Packers at 84% and the Lions at 16%. Most of the top 10 experts, I think one guy went with Detroit, and most of the others went with the Packers. So kind of what we're looking at for those for this game. Not a particularly interesting not particularly gripping. Like, if the Lions weren't such an inept team that just kind of shit the bed every game somehow in like a new and exciting way, it'd be so easy to be like, oh yeah, Lions will win this game. They just have a way better offense than the Packers do right now. The big issue isn't the fact that the Packers don't have an offense. It's just the Lions just don't have a defense. It's so hard to be like, oh yeah, I can trust this Lions team to do their job against Aaron Rodgers. Exactly, Donnie. It's exactly how I feel. It's like, man, if you guys could play just like slightly better defense, it'd be like the easiest pick ever this week. Packers don't have shit on offense. Detroit's offense clearly outclasses them. It would be one of them easy picks, you know what I mean, this week for Detroit. But it's like, God damn it, they're so bad at offense. Allen Lazard's probably going to go for, or defense. Allen Lazard or one of them receivers is going for like 800 yards against Detroit. Aaron's going to have a game so goddamn good, everyone's going to be like, oh, he's back. And you know what? The most annoying thing is it probably will jumpstart the Packers, and they'll probably be good again for the rest of the year. And it's going to be all goddamn Detroit's fault. I think so. I think he's actually back. And that would be well. I think Detroit can actually shut down one of their receivers with Okudah. But the problem is, I think Tunyon will be a big problem for Detroit, as well as Cobb if he's there. I don't know if he's there. I don't think they'll have any answer for Daubs. It's just a whole bunch. We all know it'll happen too. They're 100% gonna beat the Lions, and then they're just gonna be good the rest of the year, and it's gonna be super obnoxious. Packers fans are gonna start talking crazy shit like they weren't just about done with the team for the last few weeks. Packers fans are some of my favorite when their team's playing bad because they get like super aggressive and critical of their team. But the second they start playing good, they act like it's like a sin or an affront to ever criticize the Packers. And it's like, Jesus. Like a week ago, you guys agreed with me that your team sucked. It's like, yeah, things change. You won one game. Nah, Packers fans are a different animal about it. What's up, Fernando? Packers fans are crazy about the way they'll criticize their team because they'll become very honest for like a brief moment, but like the moment their team shows like that they're kind of back, they'll pretend like if you criticize, okay, for example, say the Packers win this game and they go for like 300 plus yards and like 4 or 5 touchdowns, right? So if they do that through the air versus Detroit, and then you criticize their receiving core after that game, they'll act like you fucking don't understand football. That like they have the best receiving core in football, actually, and that nobody ever once as a Packers fan has criticized the receiving core. It was just a matter, like they'll say shit like it was only a matter of time. We all knew it. Like they weren't just bitching for like 6-7 weeks straight about the receiving core. It's like the craziest gaslighting that Packers fans do as an entire organization or as like a fan base. It's crazy how much they're able to do that. And they get away with it every single time. You know, every year before they start winning, they literally like shit on Aaron Rodgers and say he needs to go away and they don't like him. And then once he starts playing good, if you criticize Rodgers, they jump at your throat. Crazy. Say, for example, if the Packers were to win out and go 12-5, if I was to suggest that Rodgers doesn't deserve an MVP at the end of the year, I will be fighting Packers fans. Beat the straight. The New England Patriots are the 8th seed heading into Week 9. Yeah. Anyway, but yeah, the Packers should be able to win this game, but I really wish the Lions could pull it off. I'm going to be hoping and rooting for the Lions in this game. But the sad reality of it is kind of got Green Bay written all over it. I just hope it's not the game that we all think is coming where Green Bay just kind of clicks it all together and it's like, oh, well, of course it was against Detroit. Fucking bullshit. Here come the Packers. Well, I won't be watching that game. I'll be watching a game we'll cover very shortly. Anyway, let's move on to another game of the week. The 2-5 Raiders taking on the 2-6 Jaguars. Hurts or Allen MVP? Geno Smith MVP. If you know, you know. If you don't know, then you don't know ball. Tired is Hurts or Allen for MVP. The woke and wired and like no football take is Geno Smith MVP. I don't even entertain any other questions at this time about Geno Smith. We're the most pro Geno. We are the most pro Geno Smith MVP channel out here. We at first mocked the letting of Geno Smith cook that Pete Carroll declared one day. It was a hilarious press conference after week 1 where Pete Carroll looked all flabbergasted and perplexed. And he just went, he kind of like shrugged his shoulders and went, I think we just need to let Geno cook. And they're 5-3 and in first place now. It's fun. I don't know what happened. Like literally one of the worst quarterbacks in football for about, 6-7 straight years. Suddenly he's like the most accurate dude I've ever seen, and he's killing everybody. Because if you're a super accurate passer with how many good receivers they have up in Seattle, I think that's like that's like a lethal combo with DK Metcalf and Tyler Lockett. Like, I don't know why that is, but it just seems to just be like this lethal, scary combo. Kenneth Walker III is playing really well as a rookie. It's like, if they can stay healthy up there, Is Geno actually like a non-meme MVP candidate? Should he be? Should be that what the like if the Seahawks make the playoffs and they win the division, do we have to actually consider that? Would Geno Smith be more considered more important to his team than Josh Allen? Would Geno Smith be more vital to the success of the Seahawks this year than Jalen Hurts to the Eagles, two teams that are loaded with talent, but suddenly you take a team that every single person had winning like 2 games this year with Geno as the quarterback, they're a division winner. I don't know. If the award means anything, it should be Geno, depending on how the season plays out. I don't think it's that crazy of a statement. Right now, it feels crazy, right? It's very reactionary and in the moment. But you have to kind of think about it long term with an award like that. What does it actually mean to be the most valuable player? Does it mean you just had the best season even if you have the best players? Like Josh Allen, yeah, he's having a great season, but I mean, look what he's got to work with. But again, you could also make that comment about Geno. Look what kind of weapons he has to work with. So, but again, nobody had the Seahawks doing anything. Everybody had Josh Allen and the Bills winning a bunch of games and playing really well. I don't know. I don't know how to consider that. My voting would definitely, depending if the Seahawks finish the way that they started. I genuinely think we'd have to kind of look at that and go, I would think it'd make it so there's no unanimous MVP this year, to be honest. I think Seahawks get the Rams and the 49ers in back-to-back. Oof, that's rough. You got a Sprite cranberry? Careful. Dude, yeah, this was supposed to be the Broncos. Dude, you know how fucking angry Seahawks, Broncos fans are? They're like, we could have just got Geno Smith for way less. The fuck is this? But now we're doing high knees on the plane, bro. This is stupid. Anyway, Raiders and Jaguars. Let's get focused back. Let's get back on the task at hand there. The Raiders are favored by 2.5 with an over-under of 47.5. 57% of the experts actually have the Jaguars with 43% on the Raiders. You kind of see it. It's kind of mixed here with the top people. Jags, Raiders, Jags. So it's kind of mixed, kind of almost half-half. I have the Jaguars winning as well. Patriots are favored. We'll get there when we get to it. We're literally on a different game. Anyway, the Raiders, I don't really know what's going on with them. Bounce back from what? They're just inconsistent. They don't play good football. They're just kind of, I think their offensive line play has been like abysmal this year, and I think that's a big part of the reason why they can't really get any kind of consistency on that side of the football. And again, I think one of the worst teams you could run into with offensive line woes is the Jacksonville Jaguars in Jacksonville. For some reason, they play way better down there when a team comes in with a bad O-line. Like something happens, and I think like a sink pit goes on. They could, but man, I don't really know what's like. Is this the defense that you can like get everything right against? Is this the team you want to play? Again, the Jaguars defense hasn't been that great this year, but like, man, if you have a struggling offense, this feels like the worst team to play. And again, you got to remember their fucking pass rush is fucking scary. And they're like, and the Raiders are like a run first football team. Is that even effective against the Jaguars? I understand the people who pick the Raiders though, because it's like, man, the Jaguars are just kind of fucking shitty too. I mean, it's like they don't really do anything at all. To me, it's like, well, I guess at this point I have to look at the coaching, because it's two teams that like maybe could play better, but they're just not. But then like, do I trust McDaniels or do I trust Doug Peterson more? Carr, he's gonna have his good week. His Carr's about to go on his good play stretch here pretty soon. Yeah, I'm just going Jags coaching. I think the Jaguars offensively have actually been far more consistent than people actually know about. Compared to I think the Jaguars have had a more consistent offense than the Raiders have, but the Jaguars defense has been very inconsistent. But then again, Trevor Lawrence is making a lot of bad mistakes. I don't know. No, Carr has like 7 games pretty solid every year where it's like it makes you think he could be a good quarterback, and he always, and it's usually not against bad teams, by the way. Carr plays better against really good teams for some reason. This is fucking broken. I'll be right back. I need to get something to drink. All right, I'm back. Sorry about that. Oh. It was drying out. I was like, oh, this sucks. My mustache is all fucking wet. I hate. That's the only bad part about the big beard and mustache is like having to eat and drink things at a very specific way, or else I gotta like clean my shit out. It's fucking awful. I don't know. I don't think there's really much else to add into this game other than like the Raiders should win, but like their inconsistency and their like weird inability to like find any real like an identity with this McDaniels regime has kind of like poo-pooed me off them until I like see consistent play, and not like good this week, bad, good, like kind of like that weird like the fuck is this? Like they're not even like consistently bad either. It's like, well, can you at least, what are you guys? Because like they'll show flashes of being like this brilliant, great team, like with this great defense, this fucking like unreal explosive offense. Plus, I think Devontae Adams is still dealing with some sickness, so that's something to keep in mind as well. I think that really hurt them last week. So keep all that in mind. All right, let's. I'm gonna scroll up a little bit here just to kind of correct the screen so we can get the rest of the games up. All right. last chunk of the game. Oh shit. Hopefully I just didn't disconnect my mic. Okay. All right, Patriots at Colts. It's the 3-4-1 Colts. What an aggravatingly stupid looking record. Versus the Patriots, who are 4-4. Great record. The one of alpha males and chads. Patriots are picked at 97% to win this game, with everybody except the number 11 person picking the Colts for some reason. The Patriots are 4.5 point favorites with an over-under of 40.5. Yeah, this is in Foxborough, so if you're wondering, you know, even if I wasn't a Patriots fan, I would probably have to go with the Patriots here. Like looking at this situation here, it's like, well, the Colts don't really have any like crazy wide receivers that like break the game open, do they? Not anything that the Patriots can't cover with their corners. Like, to be honest, like if I look at the Colts receiving core and I look at the Jets receiving core, what's a better? I mean, is it even close? What the Colts have to work with compared to what Zach Wilson has to work with? He runs like a 4.8 and he's 6 foot tall. I don't necessarily think running is something he does at the NFL level very well. I don't think anyone really knows. This is like a second NFL start coming up. And you know how easy it is to play the Patriots when, you know, you have very limited weapons, a bad offensive line, and not your best running back. Yeah, they don't have Hines. Jonathan Taylor's out. And they have a bad offensive line. Versus a sack-happy Patriots team, and a Patriots team that knows, like, if we win this game, we are in the playoff picture. Like, it's one of them games for the Patriots where you might see, like, and the Patriots also are going into their bye week after this. So to them, if they can enter their bye week off a win this time, things going good, heading good, like get the revenge against Indy. No, I think the difference, Fernando, here is I think the Colts are actually at like a player disadvantage. If we do lose, it's because we get shut out. Like it's like one of them things where the Colts defense just fucking snaps and like destroys us. Like we lose like 10-0, which is possible. It's not impossible we lose this game. Indy has a very good defense that we struggle with in the past. No Matt Eberflus, though. I think the big difference is this is the first time we'll face this iteration of the Colts without their defensive guru, Eberflus, who beat the Patriots recently. So that's a little concerning heading into this game. That's why I'm not supremely confident in beating the Colts, but I'm fairly certain they handle the Colts. I could see why people might want to pick the Colts, but again, if Matt Ryan and like one of their good receivers were somebody other than Pittman was healthy for them, it'd be one of them games where like, yeah, I could see Indy winning this, and I might actually have picked Indy if they had Matt Ryan and he was healthy and Pittman was good and another guy was good. Like if that would have been the thing and they still had Hines or something, I'd be like, yeah, Patriots are probably losing this fucking game. Like this feels like a game we're somehow losing. But like considering this, it's Sam Ehlinger. There's no real running back. Their offensive line's dog shit. They only have Pittman available at, what is he, like 80% healthy? It's just like, yeah, I don't even know if he's that healthy. Because like at this point in the season, guys are probably starting to accrue quite a bit of bumps and bruises, nagging injuries. Guys are probably nobody's probably at this point playing anywhere near 100%, unless they're just getting like activated from some kind of weird like injury guy, like an injured list or something. There's 0 players that are like, yeah, I feel great. No, you don't. Not even, you can't even say like quarterbacks do. Like, it's like if you were to ask Mac Jones how he feels, he'd probably be like, well, my left foot is numb. What do you mean numb? I don't know. It's just kind of, football numb. It works, but it's just kind of just numb. What's up, babe? Oh, yeah, Trey White is back for well, we'll get to that when we get to their game. But yeah, this should be a Patriots win. They should be able to handle the Colts, especially like the Colts offense probably won't be able to do much. So even if the Patriots struggle on offense, which is very probable, they should be able to kind of win this game like they did versus the Jets. But again, don't be shocked if the Colts somehow win this game. They play the Patriots incredibly well. It's a good rivalry game. Never know what to expect out of Indy. Never know what to expect out of that team. The stream turned into a really good stream, by the way. Thank you to everyone who's left a like. We're at like 16 or 17 of those, so appreciate it. We're almost at 100 views already on the VOD, so I appreciate that as well. I don't know. I like YouTube is so confusing. At one moment, this stream was doing kind of weird at the beginning. It kept saying one person. Now we've had good viewership the rest of the way through. I'm glad I waited till it said 7 or 8, like I knew it was eventually going to, and then just jumped in, because that was, I think, saved it. I don't know. The algorithm kicked in. Let's go, the baby. Anyway, let's go on to the Bills and the Jets. Battle for first place in the AFC East. Fun fact about the Buffalo frauds. The frauds in Buffalo. The Buff fraud. Their name's hard to add words into. The Buff Mid Bill Mids. Nah, it doesn't sound good. Too many B's in their names. It's stupid. Do you know the Bills don't have a win versus the AFC East? They're the only team in the division without a win versus the division. So, fun fact about your fraudulent Buffalo Bills. Dolphins are 5. Oh, shit. You're right. Forgot you guys only got them 2. It's like, yeah, we've only played one division. What kind of fucking bullshit logic is that, Rob? We've only played one division team, right? Buffalo. Bill Mids. Yeah, I don't have a good word. But yeah, you guys haven't beat anyone in the division yet. You guys can't beat the best division in football. It's sad. Fernando, I'm telling your mom you're trying to swear on my stream, dude. That's pretty fucking cringe, dude. Like Sofa King, we know what you like so fucking like, dude. Come on, dude. That's just making me say cuss words, dude, and hurting my chances at YouTube monetization, dude. Imagine if I was like fucking freaked out all the time like that. Man, my fucking nose is itchy. Like the worst feeling is when your nose itches. All right, anyway, let's move on now. Oh, wait, we just started talking about the Bills and the Jets. Anyway, what's the line here? Holy shit. The Bills are favored by 10.5 points with an over-under of 45.5. 99% of people are picking the Bills over the Jets. So this is basically, everybody's thinking this is what causes an itch. I have a hairy nose. And I have a lot of beard hair and mustache hair that sometimes goes up into my nose. And I think it causes tickling sensations. And I think that's why my nose itches. Also, it's probably just I have a dry nose. Bills win. Yeah, I know that everyone thinks like, the Bills kind of stink and, and the Jets are this like renegade team that are coming out of nowhere. But I have a hot take. Get ready for this because it's a scorcher, and I don't know how many people are ready for it. This might change the way you guys perceive the modern NFL as you know it. Zach Wilson is not a good quarterback. I know. Let it sink in for a second. I know it's earth shattering. I know people think he's cool. No, I would say that. See, two people just left the stream in absolute horror. Their world's just shattered. Literally, I went from 12 people down to 10. Two people just quit the stream. They literally jumped out of a 12-foot story building. They genuinely thought, I don't know how to process this information. I can't handle it. They're like, he's the MILF hunter. He's good at football because of that. Hey, what's up, man? Totally legit guy. What's up, man? Oh, shit, you actually might be a real person. What's up, dude? How's it going? I thought you were just one of the many alts that sometimes comes in here and just talks all kind of crazy shit. But how you doing, boss? If Wilson played week 2 versus the Browns, that 155 comeback would have never happened. Yeah, facts. But yeah, that's my hot take, because I don't think Zach Wilson's a great quarterback. But I should probably hold off judgment till another year goes by. Either way, the Bills will probably dominate this game. As you kind of seen earlier in the chat, and somebody alluded to, Trey White is returning from his torn ACL that happened right around Christmas time last year, or Thanksgiving last year. Which one was it? Bills cornerback Tre'Davious White activated to the 53-man roster Tuesday after tearing his ACL it was that last Thanksgiving. Did travel with the team ahead of the matchup versus the Jets. He could play tomorrow. Oh, did the Astros just win the World Series? So yeah, he's back. Everybody, Trey White, one of the best defenses, just got even. Oh, they're up 3-1, bottom of the 6th. Uh-oh, Mattress Max, big bet's about to pay off. Sheesh. I can't believe that one mattress guy bet the thing, bet like $100,000 on the Astros. Well, Mattress Max fucking rock hard right now. You know he's diamonds. He might actually just have a heart attack, his old bitch ass. By the way, this is my Bills versus Jets analysis. Doing good. Doing good, man. How you doing? If you keep all that in mind, you will know who wins in the Bills versus the Jets. You just got to remember that entire conversation. You can listen back to it and take notes if you need to. I said the answer. The Bills. I said it right before I said everything I just said. The Bills are going to win. This game won't be particularly close either, probably. You know how like everyone's like, oh, the Jets defense. I'm pretty sure Buffalo might actually just doo-doo on them. But then again, you have to keep in mind that there's always one game during this stream that I do on Saturdays where we get it dramatically wrong. For example, when the Jaguars played the Bills, we said that the Bills, we thought it would be funny, but we ultimately laughed. Made fun of the Jaguars for about 30 minutes and then gave a score of like 35-0. And it was 6-3 final. And it was one of them things where like we made so many shitty Josh Allen versus Josh Allen jokes that that was a bad look for the channel. Then we did it again the next week, and then the Jets upset somebody, and it was like, what the fuck? What kind of power do we have? There was like this weird thing we were doing for like a very long time where we would like severely mock a game, and then the team that we severely mocked ended up with. It was like a guaranteed once a week thing last year and the year before. This is my 3rd year doing these streams like this, so it's it's like a guaranteed thing almost. And I hope that's not the Bills and Jets, but you know. All right. I don't really have anything else for this game. Does anyone else? Kind of like a B- game, but it's like good rivalry. The battle for the true team of New York. If the Jets lose, they got to go buy the Jersey Jets. I will say, if one of those two teams have to change their names, I think the Jets should have to become the New Jersey Jets. New York Giants feels more right than New York Jets, but like both, like the Jets is just a better team name because it sounds more correct, like all the way around. But like the New Jersey Giants doesn't feel right, but like New York Giants feels right. New Jersey Jets sounds good. Like there's a good roll of tongue there. New Jersey Giants doesn't. It like has like this weird like New Jersey Giants. It's like it's too long of an end word or something. Like Giants doesn't fit at the end of New Jersey. Whereas like New Jersey Jets, like it goes short, long, like short, whereas like Jersey Giants. I don't think the two syllable like the two. Well, technically, New Jersey Giants is also kind of alliteration as well. It has like it's like a off alliteration. It's like an off rhyme kind of with like what's the word? Like consonants rhyme where it's like at the beginning of the word. Like this weird fucking just similar sound going on. But that's kind of irrelevant. But yeah, New Jersey Giants or New Jersey Jets sounds way better. I think it has to do with syllables more than anything. Sheesh. Who are you rooting for, Daniel? The Phillies or the Astros? Or do you not really care? All right, we'll move on then. Yeah, I agree. If they do have to change names because they are getting sued by people, but like, I think this isn't the first time the Jets and Giants have been sued about not calling themselves New Jersey. It's kind of a dumb thing because it's like technically a lot of teams don't play in the exact city that they're in. Like, where the fuck are they supposed to put a stadium in Manhattan? Like, that doesn't make any sense. Or really anywhere near New York City where they're supposed to be based in. Put them in New Jersey where, like, you can throw shit at New Jersey from a certain spot in New York City. You know what I mean? It's like, I like people who make that argument. I don't think people understand how close them two places are. Yeah, I heard it's really windy, Chase. For me, it's super windy up by me. How bad is it by you? Yeah, the Foxborough Patriots, exactly. Like, New England is not a real place. It's a region. But yeah, hopefully you stay safe, man. Hopefully there isn't a bunch of tornadoes tonight. All right, Vikings and Commanders. We got the 6-1 Vikings. Your garbage cans went away? Oh no. Hopefully they come. Oh boy. Yeah, I heard it's been like super windy all across the United States lately. Vikings are 3-point favorites with an over-under of 43.5. That seems like a really low over-under. 90% of people are on the Vikings, 10% on the Commanders. None of the top pickers are picking the Commanders, just so we're all aware. Two went by the house by 1.5 miles. Sheesh. They're just flying everywhere. Oh, man. That's not good, actually, Adam. At least they missed you. Going for 400 against the Commanders. Kirk wins. Yeah, this is a 1:00 game. The Commanders have played better defenses of late since Chase Young has been activated from his knee injury, but it's not been like. Actually, it's been pretty solid. It's been significant. The Commanders' defense looks like way better. I don't know if you guys like follow them at all. They went from like good to like, oh, okay, there's their defense finally. It's quite significant. But again, I think against a team that's like as cracked as the Minnesota Vikings are right now, I don't think a team that doesn't have their normal quarterback, doesn't really have like a real identity on offense, their defense is just coming back together. This is probably the worst team to run into at a 1:00 game. Because like this is where Kirk Cousins earns that $89.3 million guaranteed that he gets. This is where you like that Kirk Cousins comes out. Like, this is a Kirk Cousins. Oh, by the way, this is also like a Kirk. Do you guys like revenge games? Does anyone believe in those? Are you guys of the belief that some guys play better against teams that, like, there's a perceived wrong? Dude, I hope the Astros win just so JV gets that second ring out of his system and wants to come home. To the true. Oh, we're up at 21 likes. Sheesh. Sam Harris will sign him. We need a veteran leadership. You guys like revenge games? By the way, Kirk Cousins was drafted by the Commanders, so is this a revenge game? Kirk Cousins is going to get revenge, not for them getting rid of him, but for them changing their name from the Redskins to the Commanders. He's like, I don't like that weak shit. Damn, Chase, you joined Twitter just as it was about to die. As soon as that Blue Sky Project releases, I think a bunch of people are just going to go over to that. Yeah, Kirk's about to get his revenge on these bitch-ass Commanders. Because you know he's mad that they're not the Redskins anymore. He's like, damn it. By the way, if you think that name was still changed because for some reason Daniel Snyder caved to woke pressure, you're not very intelligent about how that actually played out. You know it's because of the money, right? Because what happened was FedEx went, we're so tired of people fucking emailing us about this name. If you guys don't change it, we're just not going to pay you the stadium money. Dan Snyder then tried to reach out to every single fucking person that has money to sponsor a stadium so he didn't have to change the name because he didn't want to pay for the stadium naming himself, which he could have afforded. So basically, he sold out just keeping the team name that way so he could keep the FedEx money. That's why. So it's always been money. Like that's why he's gonna lose the team, because he lied about how much money he's making. It's never about anything. It's just money. Like money drives all these kind of decisions. Just like Progressive probably told Cleveland, like, hey, we're gonna stop sponsoring the name of the stadium, and then they reached out and tried to find another person to buy it, and nobody would. Yeah, I don't know why they didn't just keep football team or go Red Wolves. Red Wolves would have been dope, and no one would give a fuck about the team name anymore. We can talk about that game when we get down to it. We're at the Vikings and Commanders though. And again, in Cleveland, literally only again, it's just literally like it's more money that's making anything more than anything, and it's just like two sponsors that kind of controlled that whole name change thing. And you know the Chiefs, they'll never change their team name because I don't think the Hunt family who sponsors the stadium it gives a fuck. Maybe one day if their like grandkids take over and their grandkids care, they might change it. But the Hunt family, I think, I think they pay for the sponsorship of the stadium. I don't think they intend on changing that team name at any point, and they don't care. None of these people care, by the way. They don't cave to these pressures. These are like super billionaires. They don't give a fuck about any of that. You know why they changed it? Somebody said, we're going to stop giving you $200 million, and they went, all right, yeah, fuck. I don't care about this team name. We can call them the Washington Big Dickheads, the Washington Spread Eagle Buttholes. We're not playing the money game. And then they immediately send football team. That's the new team name. Fuck it. That's just my belief on how this goes. By the way, you really think these like Dan Snyder, who's been accused of like human trafficking, suddenly gave a shit about like SJW pressure, like a bunch of blue-haired ladies yelling at him about a team name? Do you think he really gave a fuck suddenly? Or the league told him to do something and he went, good idea. No, he's never done that. No, FedEx called him up one day and went, we're taking away your money. And he went, fair enough. Would I have much to say just because Steelers don't play this weekend? And we're talking about the Commanders Vikings right now. Your Vegas spread has total wins right now at 60.9% of my picks based on Tube shows and stats 60.1. Now by picks numbers alone or 1 week loss of 37. All right. From TJ Watt, I'm not even going out for the. Yeah, I mean he could just sit the rest of the year out. I mean the year's kind of lost for the Steelers. He would he's gonna come back, but no one would really blame him if he just wanted to like take a full on recovery year and come back next season 800% healthy. Might even be better for the team if he just sat it out, just went on season ending IR. Dude, it's not even a bad idea for him to do that. Like, it's like, what is he going to come back but potentially re-aggravate the injury? For what? Finish in third place and not make the playoffs? Anyway, again, I don't think anyone's really picking the Commanders in this one. This is the next game on the list, though, the Seahawks and Cardinals. This game, no one's going to pick against the Seahawks. It's going to have the most variation on the pick watch site, though, I bet. We'll check that out. Cardinals are favored by 1.5 point with an over-under of 48.5. Cardinals are the home team. Seahawks are favored by 69% over 31% on the Cardinals. Holy shit, that's a lot of people picking the Seahawks. So, yeah, I was wrong. I guess a lot of people are looking at this game going, yeah, I don't really see what the Cardinals are going to do. They kind of suck right now. Their defense has been bad, and their offense hasn't been putting up enough to keep up with how bad their defense has been. And to me, that's kind of how you can sum up all the issues of the Arizona Cardinals into one, like, really neatly put together, like, bow. Good offense if their defense didn't give up like 30 a game. It's just like, yeah, that's true. Yeah, I mean the Cardinals defense has been like abysmal. I feel like they started out halfway decent on defense, the Cardinals, and then like since then it's just been a quick slope, like a quick fall down a very slippery slope. I think Washington could cover, but I think Minnesota's going to win. But then again, I think the line's only like 4.5 or something like that. So it's one of them things where it's like, whew, you're almost predicting a straight up win almost. Damn, do you guys want to see what this very controversial person... I just got sent the craziest take on Twitter. About to go over this unhinged tweet right now on stream. All right, I'll show you guys this guy. Chase sent me this guy. He's basically... Do you guys agree with this guy? Hold on. Or do you guys think this is unhinged behavior? Who is this? Oh, Matt. Oh, it might be. He's someone who's friends with Max. Man, when will people quit defending Hutchinson? He's been awful. He needs a comma after Hutchinson. Especially for a guy with a high motor, there shouldn't be a comma there. And there should be a semicolon after awful. So and then just remove the comma. So it could read like, man, when will people quit defending Hutchinson, comma, he's been awful, semicolon, especially for a guy with a high motor, taking games off. Question mark. One good game against a historical bad Washington O-line. And then he calls out Max. Who is this guy? What is he doing? Imagine being this cringe, like... Let's go see how unhinged this guy actually is. Hold on. Future Detroit Lion, Bryce Young. Okay, he's got 2 tweets. Trayvon Walker's season. Chase, I don't know, man. This guy kind of is like pretending to be you, I think. Pretty fucked. He's using your YouTube name right now, dude. That's pretty wild. I would sue him. Anyway, let's get back to the Seahawks and the Cardinals. All right, see you, Fernando. Thanks for tuning in while you could. I appreciate you. Oh yeah, okay. So 3.5. So as long as if they win by field goal, then yeah, that's pretty safe. Yeah, I don't really know what else I have to have. I think the Cardinals, I kind of summed it up pretty quick. The Cardinals defense isn't good enough for the Cardinals offense to only be scoring like 27 a game or something like that. So as long as the Seahawks play as good as they've been playing and the Cardinals kind of play the way that they've been playing this year, and they both play as if they both play consistently the way that they have been, this is a pretty easy win for the Seahawks. Plus, like, you got to give the coaching to Pete Carroll right now. That dude is coaching out of his mind. He also should probably be in the running for Coach of the Year alongside Brian Dabble. Even though I kind of fully expect Brian Dabble to win that motherfucker. As long as if the Giants win 8-9 games this year, I don't see anybody beating Brian Dabble, unless the Bills or Sirianni or somebody has like a 15-win season. It's going to be, this might actually be like the hardest decision for coach of this year ever. Because you have to consider Pete Carroll, depending on how, especially if the Seahawks win the division. Yeah, Chase. We went over, we figured out that we think the guy might be trying to copy you. Whoever that was, like if you go on his Twitter page, he has Trayvon Walker's season in his Twitter bio. I think you have somebody trying to pretend to be you. It's okay. I understand someone stealing your identity online might be scary. We have the FBI looking into this. I know you wouldn't say anything rude about Aiden Hutchinson. That seems really weird. Seahawks have better numbers by average rank 16 and cards 8. Yeah, exactly. That's what I thought, Chase. That's what I thought was weird. That's why I told her, I think someone's trying to pretend to be Chase. Anyway. So yeah, I think everyone's kind of leaning Seahawks. I could see the Cardinals winning this game though, because again, the Seahawks defense could suddenly revert back into like it's the way it was the first few games of the season and just give up a shitload of points. But outside of their few losses there, they actually played good defense lately too, so they've kind of turned it around pretty quickly. Again, that's why I think Pete Carroll shouldn't be probably in the running for Coach of the Year, though I think it'll be tough to beat someone like Dabble, Sirianni, and McDermott. Yeah, and Call of Duty just came out too, so he's probably got like sore ass wrists and all kinds of fun jazz, mismatch and blizz blotch and what's a funny word to use? I just sat here silent waiting for a word. I'm like, I can't say anything till someone gives me a funny word. All right, anyway, let's just continue. I'm not gonna do that. That'd be fucking strange. Cole Strange. Seahawks in 25. Yeah, exactly. Cardinals defense is a little bit worse than the Seahawks, so that's why I have the Seahawks. Anyway. Alrighty. Rams versus Bucks. A game that should have been like game of the week, running away with game of the week this week. I think it's because the Rams have shown. So this is how I'm going to give the fun facts of the game real quick. It's Rams versus Bucks, 3-5 versus 3-4. The Bucks are the home team. Bucks are favored by 3 with an over/under of 42.5. And the way the experts are looking at this game, it's 64% on the Bucks, 36% of them are on the Rams. So a lot of people on the Bucks. The way I look at this game is I'm looking at the way the Rams have played all year. They just seem kind of dead on offense, right? Like like offensive line struggles, the run game has been bad, the receiving game seems like they only throw it to one guy. I don't know what's going on with that. Again, offensive line woes being their biggest issue. You can look at the Bucs and say the exact same thing. Offensive line woes have been their biggest issue, but with the Bucs, there have been several games where they've scored into the 20s. Their defense is just kind of shit the bed and let them down. They seem to have like no consistent like team identity. But there have been more like good outings by the Bucs, in my opinion, than we've seen out of the Rams this year. Even the Rams wins, I mean, the Bucs wins look kind of bad too. But the Rams wins don't feel good. Like their losses feel really bad. Like I like I don't know. Maybe this is the game they finally break it out. But right now, I just can't go. Like the Rams, just the Rams right now are a team to me where I'm like, you guys got to like prove it because you feel dead. Again, I know playing the 49ers makes everything seem way worse for the Rams than it really is. And maybe I'm evaluating them on their Rams game that they just played, or the 49ers game they just played. And I hope I'm not falling victim to that. I tend to do that after a Rams loss to the 49ers where I'm like, well, they suck now. And it's just like, yeah, Rob, you just set up. It doesn't matter how good the Rams are. They always lose to the Niners. And now suddenly you just think the Niners suck. Are you missing your own logic? Do you not listen to yourself sometimes? And I'm like, nope, Rams suck now. They're a bad team. You don't lose 31-14 as a good team. It's like you literally explained why that happened. You know what happens. You were one of the first people that pointed this out to people, it feels like. That's what I mean. I don't think I'm over evaluating that. Again, if the Rams win this game, I wouldn't. Again, there's a lot of games where I feel like I wouldn't be shocked if the other thing happens. This one specifically, this one feels like a very close, high octane type of game where it feels like the stakes of the game are going to be high. So I really don't necessarily trust the Rams more than I would trust Brady in that moment. I just trust the Buccaneers, who've looked a little bit better this year than the Rams, and maybe the center being back is all they need. But right now I can't, like, I could see the Rams, but I don't think this is a by a mile game by anybody. This feels like a 24-21 type final, 27-24, 27-21 type final. Real close game. I don't see it being much more of a score differential than one of those three. Maybe a 7-pointer because like a team, just kind of stays ahead by a touchdown all game. But that even feels like maybe not that much. I would say this is the prove it game for either one of these teams because if whoever wins this game will probably make the playoffs. The other team, their season's probably effectively just about over. Especially if you're the Rams. If the Rams lose this game, they might be in serious trouble this season. The Bucs could probably afford to lose this as long as the Falcons lose and the Saints lose. Then it really doesn't matter what happens. The Bucs can be like, all right, everyone else has 6 losses. Oh well, we're only one game out still. So I feel like the Rams also have so that might help the Rams, but they have a hell of a lot more pressure. They have a lot more pressure than the Bucs do. Anyway, we can move on here. We'll look at the probable game of the week in the Titans versus the Chiefs. Let's see, 5-2 versus 5-2, the two solid AFC teams, two teams that'll probably be in the thick of things at the end of the season. For some reason, the Chiefs are 12.5-point favorites with an over-under of 45.5. 64% of the 97% of experts have the Chiefs. Holy moly. I'm in a super minority at 3% picking the Titans. Yeah, it seems like Ryan Tannehill is going to be a nighttime decision, game time decision, however you kind of want to word that one. We're kind of like, is he going to play? Is he not going to play? Who knows? It's kind of just a giant question mark regarding Tannehill. But more than likely, you'll just have to assume that Malik Willis is going to be playing in this one, and that they're going to throw it very, very limited. 31st to Rams. Okay, interesting. Interesting. One of the things I always think about is I like to look at when I feel when I feel something, I always like to make sure I'm right about it. And I had felt like the Mahomes had only beaten the Titans one time in his career, and that was a playoff game. And I was right about that. So this isn't a playoff game, so I immediately shrugged that win off into a different category. Like, oh, if this was a playoffs, then I'd probably pick the Chiefs. But this is a regular season game, so how's his regular? Oh, all right. The Titans have never lost to Mahomes in the regular season with like 3 performances. The most recent one being like a pretty bad beating too. So I'm kind of stuck wondering, like, yeah, they're not going to have Malik Willis, but like, are the Chiefs going to be able to stop Derrick Henry? They're off a bye, but the Titans have Derrick Henry. And Derrick Henry, the last couple weeks, has been nothing short of an absolute fucking maniac. I don't know if I think he won AFC Player of the Week or Player of the Month because of 2 weeks. I'm not even kidding. He did nothing for the first half of October, showed up for 2 whole games, and went off for like 400 yards somehow and a whole bunch of scores. And everybody went, well, I guess he's back now. Because I swear to God, I just hadn't heard of Derrick Henry. And then like all of a sudden he's having like 300-yard games and shit. I'm like, I guess he's awake. Oh, well, everybody, your chance to beat the Titans is officially over. So I don't know if the Titans or if the Chiefs necessarily have the defense to deal with the Derrick Henry that's unleashed. If you think I'm kidding, go look up his like last 3 games by Derrick Henry. His numbers are fucking cracked out. It's like, oh no, the Chiefs are getting the worst version of this team to run into. Why? Derrick Henry is unleashed, and they're gonna just let this fucking dude run and run and run. Especially since Willis is gonna be starting. Again, I understand why most people would probably be picking the Chiefs in this game, because it's like, oh, a rookie quarterback making his like first start or one of his first road starts at Arrowhead. That's a pretty rough predicament for any young quarterback to be placed into. But again, when all you really have to do is not fumble the snap or mishandle the direct handoff and occasionally do a play action pass, you should be all right. Should be able to handle it. Should have been a Lion. Rather have one of the other guys next year. That whole quarterback class wasn't worth drafting. They all sucked. Hollywood native chop chant. Oh, the Chiefs, yeah. They can get under players' skins, I bet. Titans need 12. I think they'll cover, because 12.5 feels wildly disrespectful to the Titans. They take shit like that personally, the Titans do. So that's another reason why, by the way, the Titans play on a ton of emotion and like a ton of like, oh yeah, everybody doubts us. When that happens to the Tennessee Titans, they are like one of the fucking scariest teams. Like, they can beat anybody the second you say that they can't win. Please tell me I'm wrong about that perception with the Titans. Outside of that playoff game, everybody was pretty sure the Chiefs were going to win, and they did. But like, you got to admit, regular season Titans, they'll lose to like the Jaguars and struggle versus bad teams. But the second you put them up against like the best team in the league, they'll go, oh, like, ooh. It's like they're a crackhead team, dude. Didn't they start off last season by just like upsetting the shit out of Buffalo? It was just like out of nowhere, and then they lost to like the Jets later that year. That did 100% happen. If that happened 100%, they like beat Buffalo, and then like the next week they lost to the Jets, and everybody was like, "What the fuck is this?" And that's kind of how we figured out like the identity of what the Titans are. They're like a weird team that doesn't beat bad teams, but like destroys good teams. They're like the Robin Hood of bad teams. They're like, we became good and we started beating bad teams, and all the good teams get the glory, or all the bad teams get glory by beating a good team. But all the good teams, we kill them. You guys aren't even after Super Bowls? Nope. We're just out here to make bad teams look good. Giving them confidence. Anyway, Ravens and Saints, last game here. It's Monday Night Football. It'll be the Ravens and the Saints. By the way, the Chiefs and Titans are Sunday Night Football. That's a pretty solid matchup. The Ravens are favored by 1.5 with an over-under of 47.5, and 87% of the people or the experts are picking the Ravens, and I'm going to close that. And 13% of the experts are on the Saints. I mean, you can pick the Ravens or the Saints, but I don't really know what the argument would be. You know what I mean? Because you just kind of got to look around and go, well, what would be the reason the Saints win this game? I mean, the Saints offense has been pretty explosive this year. It's actually been a lot better than what I thought it could personally be, but that doesn't mean it's been good, you know? And their defense outside of that one game versus the Raiders it's been pretty bad. I think everybody was dropping like high mid 30 points against them. And then the Raiders came through and they got shut out, and everybody's kind of like, well, what happened? You know that they're not that good, right, right, Las Vegas? And the Raiders went, you mean the Saints, dude? They're fucking crazy. Just couldn't handle it. They're freaks. They're the fastest people alive. I don't know. What else should we add about this game? I don't know. I don't have any major changes for my picks. So like a lot of what I've already said just feels like I'm repeating my picks video points, but expanding on them a little bit more than like me condensing everything down. Again, my biggest problem for the Saints here is I don't really trust their defense, even though they played good against the Raiders, but like I don't know if that, again, I think that was more a product of a bad Raiders team than a good Saints defense. Again, their offense has been pretty solid this year, and I think they can stay in this game, but you know, that's about as far as you can go with that. I've seen like one or two people actually picking the Saints to get an upset, which isn't too crazy to think about, but it just seems a little off. Let's see if there's any crazy news. Wonder if people are just like kind of wrapped up watching other sporting events tonight. There's the World Series, of course. It's a wrap-up game. It's Game 6, so people, that's pretty important. Dan Logan Paul suffered a torn meniscus, MCL, and ACL. Damn. He just got tore up in that fake wrestling, dude. So we're out of games now, basically. I don't really have much else. The Cyclops blindly beating at the game board while all the little feather-headed pieces fly off. One sec, I gotta blow my nose really quick. Oh, I gotta stretch my leg. All right. Let me see, what time is it? 10:52. I'll go with like another 10 minutes or so. Then again, I don't want to go too super long tonight, just simply because it's like I plan on doing 2 streams tomorrow, so don't want to tire myself out. Don't want to overstream or anything. Plus, it just kind of feels like we've covered a lot of NFL grounds the last 2 nights. Or well, last night we had like a 2-hour NFL stream, so kind of like mum on topics right now. It's like, Cordarrelle Patterson's back, so if you have him in fantasy, that's big, I would say. Dun, 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 dun. Yeah, not many people say much that watch this channel, it feels like. Very quiet, like 6 or 7 people that watch this channel very regularly. I appreciate you guys. But boy, you people are sometimes quiet. A double tight end package. Yeah, but I mean, we're kind of running a new offense, Jay. We're not really running an offense that behooves that necessarily. I think quite often Hunter and Jonnu are both on the field. Probably more than they were last year with Josh McDaniels, who runs that offense. But, we're running a West Coast right now. It's a little different now. West Coast offense with a lot of RPOs in it. Kind of similar to what the San Francisco 49ers are running, is what our new offense is kind of based on. Yeah, we're not running the same old shit we were running under Josh anymore, which is nice. Very happy to see the old fucking power eye fullback double tight end at the line. Like, ugh. Oh, look, it's third and 15. Look at that, a screen pass from Josh McDaniels. Woo! So glad we're not doing that anymore. Because Mac's the only second-year quarterback that's ever done bad in pro football, right? I mean, Tua didn't look bad last year. Josh Allen didn't look bad in year 2. I mean, do you have any actual, like, real criticism or, like, what's being exposed that Mac's a young quarterback, trying to figure out what works and what doesn't in the NFL, like most second-year quarterbacks do? Little way the NFL works lesson for you, Jay. The sophomore slump, as a lot of people call it, is a typical just over-exaggeration of a thing that happens with a lot of quarterbacks that start in their rookie year and have a little bit of success. What happens is what happens with young quarterbacks often who struggle out of the gates or right away or like in their second year. I mean, they are. Again, I'm going to explain to you what's happening if you're willing to listen and keep an open mind about why it's not working. I don't think what I'm going to tell you is going to be something you want to accept, but I will explain it to you anyway. Outside of the tipped interceptions, so like there's about 4 of those. The other 3 or 4, I would say, are a result of this. Quite often, young quarterbacks, especially ones that have had the training wheels taken off, are told to figure out what doesn't work. Now, that may be a confusing statement, right? For example, instead of, taking short intermediate throws that are going to be there, the high percentage throws, the short stuff, just driving the ball, they may tell you to take the deep shot. For example, instead of hitting like an underneath guy for a quick 12-yard gain, Mac is going to throw it deep and see if he can hit a guy, 30, 40 yards downfield with a certain kind of accuracy, a certain side of the field. Basically, what Mac is doing right now is trying to figure out where his limitations are. And it's a very common thing that's done, and quarterbacks are told to do this. So instead of figuring out, okay, so maybe I can't throw it 35 yards with some supreme accuracy if the guy isn't wide open, I have to kind of reel that in and try to get it to him around 24, 23 yards, where I'm hitting about 90% of my throws now. Like, do you understand what I'm trying to say? Like, it's figuring out where you should throw the ball and where you shouldn't is what Mac is doing. And I think good quarterbacks all go through this, especially when they take off the quarterback's training wheels. I think that's why you see a lot of weird growing pain when a guy finally gets told to open the offense up. Because they're not told to throw with the foot where to go with the ball, nor are they're told basically to make mistakes. Why do you think the Patriots entire front, like every Patriots coach doesn't seem at all worried that Mac's turning the ball over? Like, there's zero worry about it. You want to know why? Because it's basically something they expect. This second year for most quarterbacks is literally what I'm almost describing. It's not a real year. It's almost tells you nothing. All it tells you is, well, this guy's not a deep passer, so we should build our offense around intermediate to some like short long throws and a bunch of short little dumpies. That's fine. You figure this out as the year goes. And it's not like the Patriots were supposed to be a playoff team when the year began anyway. The fact that we're sitting at the 7th seed is hilarious. Well, we're sitting at the 8th seed. Maybe it could be the 7th seed. If the Jets lose and we win, we're like in the playoffs. It's like a hilarious situation for the Patriots right now. So again, while Mac isn't looking the greatest this year, it can almost, if Mac would have played good again this year, it would have probably worried me because I would be wondering if they had taken and told him to go kind of crazy with it and he's not on a leash anymore. For example, you'd be like, well, why did Bailey Zappi do better? He wasn't deciding shit. Basically, it was like whoever is wide open, throw him the fucking ball immediately. There was no decision making really other than like, oh, he's open, throw him the ball. Oh, he's open, throw him the ball. Like, it was basically very short, quick developing plays that went for like 7 yards at a time. Mac is getting plays that develop deep downfield, 15, 20 yards. Yeah, I also do agree. I think they need to quicken up the offense, and I think that's something that's going to be addressed this week versus Indy. For example, I think the Patriots were hoping that there wouldn't be fucking 3 more injuries to the line this week. So instead of letting Mac have all these developing veteran plays, they probably are scaling back the offense due to the offensive line issues right now. And are probably going to be going for more like, hey, everybody kind of get open, and we're going to go quick this week. We'll probably see a lot more quick throws from the Patriots this week. Like, that seems like it. So we'll see. I don't know. Again, I think there's more to it than just Mac sucks at quarter. I think this is a very common thing with second-year QBs. Especially ones that started their first year, which isn't very many. Just feels like Mac's pretty standard, figuring the shit out quarterback, which is fine, especially since he was super handcuffed last year. Now he could just be bad. Like, that is also all very, very possible. But hey, for right now, I tend to think about it the other way. If he's a bad quarterback, then they just need to shrink everything up and control him like they were last year, because we were winning last year like that. But right now, I'm not too worried. Again, that's why I think it's very crucial to be very patient with quarterbacks till about year 3. Yeah, they're trying to do this. A lot of change this year. Like that, these guys are humans. They are going from a very different offense to another brand new offense. Like, you know, with a very young core group of players. So it's quite, yeah, to have expected anything other than a kind of rocky up and down season, I feel like was over expecting things. My thought was 9-8 and we just missed the playoffs. And it kind of feels like that's going to be the case. Oh shit, Astros are a little bit away. Hopefully the Phillies start breaking out the let me guess, you guys have your trash cans out already, huh? Got him. I fucking owned him, dude. Bang bang. Bang bang, dude. Kevin. Kev. Bang bang, dude. High five, everybody. I got him. Bang bang, dude. Got him too, dude. I got 2 Astros fans in one. Bang bang, dude. You guys cheating again? Dang. Sheesh. 2 tainted World Series rings. I'm just preparing you guys for what it's gonna be like on Twitter. Mickey Mouse ring doesn't count. Mickey Mouse ring doesn't count. It's a Mickey Mouse ring. Why is it Mickey Mouse? My favorite team didn't play. What's your favorite team? The Colorado Rockies. Shut the fuck up. There's always some trash team that didn't even make the playoffs. I'm a fan of the Detroit Tigers. Yeah, good for you, Rob. Mickey Mouse wing doesn't count. Tigers weren't in it. Yeah, that's basically what I would say. This guy, Dirty Rob, says shit like that is so fucking stupid. What's up, Robert? What's up, Ben? Everybody's tuning in at the end of the stream. I don't plan on being much. I guess I can go for a little while longer. I'm good. I'm good. Just chilling out. Hanging out. We've gone over all these games. Yeah, no, I don't care. I don't care if you guys cheated. I'm just fucking around. Good job. Congratulations on a World Series win. Any upsets? I guess Titans over the Chiefs, if you consider that an upset. I don't, but I guess that would be my big upset of the weekend. And the Jags over the Raiders, but I don't really consider that upset either. What about you? Do you consider the Titans and Chiefs an upset? Lions over Packers. I mean, that could be conceded. Like, it's like weird, right? Where it's like these games are all like weirdly like this, almost like this weird same record playing. Or like in Detroit and Green Bay's case, the records are so opposite, but the games don't feel that far apart. But like here in this one, it seems like they're the similar records, but the games feel weirdly different. Like there's this weird tension on this entire week where it's like like the records don't seem to match the drama heading into the game. It's like this weird disconnect going on with everything. Yeah, I don't think you're really cheap by stealing signs. I don't really care. Rob is 2 Chainz. I don't know. He might be. Might have to ask him. Monday night, I got the Ravens. Who do you got, Robert? I haven't I don't really watch halftime shows. They usually give me a bad feeling, so I don't like watching them. I feel like it'd be really weird and awkward to be like, I feel like if we make one mistake, everyone's gonna make fun of us. Vikings go into DC. Yep. Ravens, yeah. For the most part, it seems like a pretty straightforward week. Couple spots for upsets, pretty decent games overall. Nothing too like, whoa, you know, because everything just kind of seems like boring. Like not boring, but like everything seems like good, like evenly matched up. Because like if you go, like one of the things I was kind of talking about before the stream is just like how even outside of a few games everything looks. Look at 4-3, 4-4, 5-3, 3-5. This one feels weird because of the 2-6. The Lions, even the 2-5 games feel weird. 3-5, 1-6. These two feel kind of weird. But like everything else, 3-4, 4-4, 6-1, 5-3, 6-1, 4-4. This feels a little weird. 5-3, 3-5, 3-4, 3-5, 5-2, 5-2, 5-3, 3-5. Does anybody else feel like there's like this very odd parity going on in the NFL right now? You got Chicago over Miami. Yeah, I feel you. You're partial about the Ravens. Fair enough. I'm thinking about buying me some World Series gear. Hey, fair enough. I mean, I would, yeah, if my team won, I'd probably buy something to commemorate it. There's like 6 teams that break this weird parity going on this week of teams that are playing each other, and it's very cool to see. Damn, you know Astros fans are about to be wild for a little while. They're gonna act like it's like nobody's seen it coming, like they're this little team of destiny. Nobody believed in us. Motherfuckers, you got like one of the best teams in baseball. What are you talking about? LSU wins. Oh shit, LSU just upset Alabama. Sheesh. Damn. Louisiana State University beats Alabama. Astros fan. See, I hate when people Mickey Mouse wing. It's the Mickey Mouse wing. Yeah, so is your 2017 ring now. I'm triggered, dude. You have me triggered, Astros 2022 World Series champs, dude. Frick you, dude. Buzz, dude. Jose Altuve's a freaking short loser. I'm glad he cried, dude. You see my mean face, dude? Look at. Look how mean I look, dude. It doesn't look like I'm taking a shit. I'm mean mugging. That's scary as fuck, isn't it, dude? You wouldn't want to see this walking down a dark alley all by yourself, 2, 3 in the morning, couple shots deep. Bite your arm and shit, and my bad tooth will get you an infection. You won't even know it's coming, but the sepsis is slowly setting in. You won't know it till you're fucking puking in the morning and you don't know what's going on and your vision's all blurry and your fucking body's moving badly. And I'll never get in trouble. Be like, I don't know, I got some guy attacked me. They'll never be able to get your word in because you know you're dead. I'll be like, this guy tried to shove his whole dick in my mouth, so I bit him on his arm. And he ran off. Called me gay. I make myself a victim in this. I forgot what I was talking about there, or why I was doing that, or who I was even talking to. My back itches. So the Astros win the World Series yet? I might do some GTA content. I've just been really busy. Notre Dame beat Clemson. Damn. Let's go. No updates yet. Uh-oh, top of the ninth. Uh-oh. It's still crazy that the Astros threw a no-hitter and now they're about to win the World Series 2 days later, 3 days later. Wish I could play it online myself. I mean, you can't. Oh, you need a computer. Yeah, that's always a bitch. And computers aren't cheap, especially ones that can run everything. Those get pricier and pricier. Oh yeah, Junior. I think we're at 2 hours now, you guys. I'm gonna get out of here. You have PS4 with the game, but oh, Wi-Fi. Oh, that's about a bitch. At least you can play offline, so that's not too bad. But yeah, no Wi-Fi would suck. I wouldn't be able to live. I need it for all kinds of different shit. Specifically school and like work stuff. Anything else to cover? Anybody got anything else to add? If not, I'm gonna dip out of here pretty quick. It's been 2 hours. Hey, you got your Switch? Hell yeah, there you go. Switches are great. You can play all kinds of sweet games. All right, everyone. Anything else that we want to add in before I slide out? If not, I'm gonna fade away into the darkness. All right. Sweet. All right. Thanks, guys. We'll be live again tomorrow for the Patriots and the Colts at Patriots, and then again for Sunday Night Football as per usual on Sunday, NFL Sundays. So hopefully I'll see you there. If not, I'll see you when I see you next. But tomorrow's a pretty big day. I'm sure I'll see most of you if I see you. Have a good rest of your evening, day, night, mid-afternoon, whenever you decide to give this a listen. I appreciate you tuning in. I just want to look at one more thing before I go. I wonder what the total views were on this thing. By the way, thank you to everyone who left a like and everyone who tuned in tonight. I appreciate that. That's very kind. We hit 189. Damn, just short of 200. That's pretty sweet. Hell yeah. We did pretty. This stream did pretty good. Pretty on the nose. Pretty consistent. 26 likes too. Pretty solid. We had 284 last week, but we had way more likes this week. So, I mean, it's kind of like a back and forth volley. So the views were down a little bit, but you know. All right. Thank you, guys. Have a good rest of your night. Peace out. Go Lions, go Tigers, and of course, it's always go Patriots. I'll see you when I see you next.